So all the rains finally stopped, and we're just waiting for all the bottoms and paths and everything to drain. So I figured it would be a good time to talk about how do we reestablish order following an economic collapse, World War III, or whatever survival environment we find ourselves in. So I've worked on a lot of projects and a lot of sites where I reestablished and put back into service infrastructure that has failed. And the way you do that is you start at the lowest common denominator and work up. So basically, you have to take step one before you can take any of the other steps. And that's where human endeavor fails, because everybody wants to skip to step 10. Now, order is all around us. One of the easiest ways to disprove the theory of evolution as origin of species is the fact that it's a mathematical impossibility that all of the order around us was random. If you go all the way down to the atomic scale and look at how all the atoms are put together and structured in everything from rocks to dirt to trees to living beings, that is intelligent design. So the fact that science ignores that is pitiful. Now, when we look at reestablishing order after a survival situation and moving forward to take care of the issues, we have to start at the lowest common denominator on how society is structured. So when you look at a society, the stability and structure of a society starts with the family. Then it moves to the extended family. Then you have groups of families that establish a tribe. Now, what you find is in families, extended families, and tribes, a monetary system is not a necessity to survive. So at these small group sizes, you can do away with economic considerations and concentrate on labor, fair labor, and distribution of the product of labor. Now, where you get into economy and the necessary fact that we have to have a medium of exchange is when we start having tribes trading with each other. So in a survival environment, you can utilize barter, materials, a trade medium that is recognized by different tribes and establish trade within them. Then what happens is as the tribes start to trade, you have economic groups that form from the tribes. And as these economic groups get bigger, then you have the necessity for money as a medium of exchange rather than bartering. But bartering is still useful and successful at that level. So as we get more tribes that join an economic group and we have multiple economic groups trading with each other, we need a medium of exchange. And when you look at that, what happens is as you have the medium of exchange and these groups getting larger and larger and you form an economy, then you have a political class that sits on top of that and basically directs it and leeches off of it. And that's the situation we're in now, where the leeches have gone overboard and they're actually killing the golden goose. So you can see in a survival environment, a lot of your basic needs within the family, extended family, and tribe can be handled in a parallel economy outside of the standard medium of exchange known as money. So in a survival environment, you need to have stability at each level. So if the family group and groups are not stable, you can never build an extended family. If the extended families are not successful and stable, you can't have a tribe. If the tribes are not successful and able to do things, move around and trade, you never develop an economy. And if you do not develop an economy, there's no surplus for a political class or a leadership class to emerge. So this is a philosophy and fact that's never taught in the survival community. But when you look at it, many collapses collapse down to the economic level or the tribal level. But in order to reestablish order, reestablish trade, you have to have supporting family, extended family, and tribal groups in order to get back into an economic situation where you can establish an economy. That's a few thoughts and ramblings. Please share your thoughts. We'll see you on the next video.